the Wig Room. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Erica.
This week we are going to be talking about...
Glamour and Chaos.
Life in the spotlight. Well, kind of. So we're going to compare, Erica, what we came here for to Los Angeles and sort of what we're ending up doing now. Do you want to talk about the event we did this week?
Yes. I got an inquiry to do Marilyn Monroe for the Buzzers, which is a minor league baseball team for the Dodgers.
Attached to the Dodgers, yep.
And the client was like, I answered their request. Within 5 seconds, they called me. And they're like, we also need a few more classic Hollywood characters. So I looped in Kevin.
Totally.
And
was it Alan, right?
Alan, yeah.
He was very ambitious and excited.
He was awesome.
We did a 3-way call. I mean, you never know when people are that excited and it's 2 days away, if it's going to actually happen. But so we did, and it was Marilyn Monroe. There was a Charlie Chaplin, which I had put Christian in, who did a great job. I did Humphrey Bogart. Victoria was Audrey Hepburn, and we brought Carter back.
For James Dean.
For James Dean, who did a great job.
He's great.
He's fun.
Yeah, they're all really good.
So they completely loved it. I mean, we basically were just walked all over the stadium to different VIP sections, to general areas. You threw Marilyn threw the first ball.
Oh yeah, they warned me I was going to do that, and I was like, I'm going to do it cute, like I'm going to do it underhand, like they do in softball, and I'm just going to go up really high and everything, and I did it, and it immediately went down onto the ground and rolled off to the right. Well,
because you did a strong pitch, but it was to the right, and
it went on the ground though. It didn't go up.
It didn't go up. Well, it's a lot further, that base.
Very far.
You know, it's hard. You got to practice. I had said maybe we should practice.
Not practice. So for today's episode, we're going to talk about what it feels like to be an aspiring actor playing a famous person in this industry.
Right. Because all those years ago when we came out here, we didn't come out here thinking we were going to do Charlie Chaplin and Marilyn Monroe. Where are we at now with the idea that at whatever age we are, we might not be where we thought we would be as actors in TV and film, right?
And just like accepting the work that we do now as our career and being okay with that. When I first started doing Marilyn Monroe, I didn't take it seriously. I just thought like, oh, this is my survival job while I continue to audition for film and television. And I kept the two worlds separate. But then people started to like seek me out, and it started to overlap because they wanted me to play her for television things. Like I played her in a couple reenactment shows,
right.
and short films and things like that. And I noticed that people were like, wow, you do that. And I'm like, so like what am I doing? Like I'm not really doing anything that great.
But it's actually a character, right? It's like if you were given some other character that wasn't Marilyn, but she was an ingenue. I think some of the biggest things I've booked have been in a character.
Yeah,
because it's specialized and we're good at it.
Yeah, but it's also live events. It's stage. You're doing stage.
Right, but I've done music videos, I've done promos as different characters. You know, stage is stage, right? And that's one level of entertainment that we work in. But if you've really made it, then you have a sitcom, or you've done a movie, an independent, or a studio film, and you've had a good role. Then you've really made it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't know why, because there are very successful impersonators. Like there's this woman who does Dolly, and she tours everywhere, and she has a big band, and she's probably making bank.
There are Sinatras that make bank. There's Tom Cruises. I mean, there are people, and back in the day, remember we talked about how they were making very, very good money. So it's up to us to say, well, we accept this as a part of our success.
Is it because is it not respected as much in our brains because we didn't create this character? This is a character that somebody else just is. We're playing like a real life person.
Maybe. So if it was something we'd created, like say it was whatever, there are people who've created, like Dame Edna was created. Let's just say Austin Powers was created. and did really well. So maybe, I hadn't thought of it that way. So but I just call attention to maybe a couple of wow moments we've had in this industry. Can I go first?
Yeah, go.
I did the series, it was called Black Monday. It was Don Cheadle, it was a Showtime series. It did very, very well. And apparently they had a limo, Don Cheadle and the other actor, and they were just driving. It was the 90s, I think it was, took place in, or the 80s. And they're just driving in this limo, and they're just picking people up. And they picked up hookers, and then they pick up these 3 80s impersonators. It was Madonna, myself, and it was Prince.
Nice.
And one by one, we're in this limo with them. So I'm right here, Don's here, and I wish I could think of the other name of the actor. You'd know him. And it was so much fun. We were pouring champagne in my mouth, and it was crazy fun. Yeah. How about you?
Well, I've got to perform internationally in Cairo, Egypt, Dubai, China, Canada, and Mexico, of course, on huge stages with like dancers and 5-star everything.
There's big money in events like that.
Yeah, and I would have never had those opportunities without this character. I mean, I'm not like a Broadway level dancer or singer, but I'm like great at this character. So that's what's given me the opportunity to get to travel and perform for huge audiences.
Yeah. It's a niche market. You have to understand the industry in order to do well in it, I think. So sure, you could take a Broadway actress who's never really done this and put them in this scenario, and they'd be like, not get it. They might not get it because they're used to something completely different. And this is a looser, maybe not that, but many times the events we get put into are loosely arranged, put together, and we have to just go with it, use our professional, grab from experience, and show up. So juxtaposition, being an actual actor, right? Auditioning for TV and film. Which we both do. You do more than me. I burn out much more quickly than you do.
You get very frustrated.
Because, we're going to talk about the process, so I'm making sure my mic is working.
Yeah.
We used to go into a casting session and a casting office, and we would wait our turn, we would do it, and then we would leave. And sometimes we would be called back to do it again. The pandemic changed it all, and we are doing what is called self-taping. So we are setting up our own camera and lighting, background, and making it professional, learning it, doing it, maybe editing it some or not, and then uploading it to the cast through the platform that goes directly to the casting.
And you have to get a reader.
But it's a lot. There's no less than 2 hours is spent.
No less. I mean, it takes 2 hours to do this.
But let's talk about the good stuff. The good side of it for me is you're getting an opportunity to do it several times and hone it. So what you're submitting to me is like, could be a final piece.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some of the things that Erica's done now. She has done major monologue stuff and learned them, off book. I have a harder time with that, but she's putting in final quality work.
Yeah, I mean, you also have to memorize it. I mean, although I found ways around that, but I would say self-tapes take me sometimes like 5 hours, and then you don't hear anything. You don't hear back. You're doing great work, and you're like, did they even watch that?
Did they even watch that? And that's why I get frustrated.
Yeah.
Even if you're up against 2 or 3 other people and you're pitted. Is it pitted?
I guess. Yeah.
They're chosen, or you're one of 3, and then you don't.
Oh, pinned.
Pitted. You're pinned.
You're pitted at each
because you've been pinned.
You got to actually fight them.
Yeah. My agent had said, was it Elsbeth? I think it was Elsbeth I had auditioned for, and a really fun character that had been sent to producers. She was able to see that it had happened. So I was like, okay. So I did okay work, and it went to the next level. That's redeeming. That's important for us. On the flip side, we're already ahead in the lookalike business. We are already called for. We are chosen.
Mm-hmm. Another difference between tribute work and film and television acting is, as a tribute artist, you've got to provide your own costumes, wigs, and all of that. But when you're hired for a production, they do all that for you. You just show up with literally no makeup on in your sweatpants, and they're
Sometimes I'm thrown. I'll book somebody new. They'll be like, "Will makeup and hair be there for me?"
No.
They don't get it. They just don't get. Not that they're maybe being diva. They just don't know.
No, they don't. I had like a television job a couple weeks ago, and they asked me, they're like, since you're so good at your makeup and you do it all the time, can you just come in hair and makeup? So I did, and I was happy with that. There's no surprises. They were happy. Like, why don't we just lean into it 100% and put all our effort there instead of like
110% in.
Yeah.
The extra. I get it, because it is extra work, right? Because we're learning characters like Dolly. So what would that mean? That would mean, okay, if you're doing Dolly and you want to put together a show, then you need to probably bring in a choreographer, a director of sort, or combination of that, to help you to create a stage show.
And a band.
And a band. But that's serious. Now, I have tried to get several people to do that, to take that on. Bruno, one of them, Tina, and they're really good. It's like, but I can't do it all for them. Like, I've done plenty. You know, it's like, okay, you have to now figure that out. And it's a lot to take on, but if you commit to it and you're good, I mean, that's the caveat is you've got to be really good or get really good. And then when you do, you will be the one called for. Tribute bands work all over the country and the world all year round. Great
money, yeah.
I mean, they struggle too. I get, emails from Satisfaction, the Rolling Stones, or the different groups that have been around forever, and they're having a lull. So they'll be like, look, I'm going to be in this neighborhood for 3 weeks. Try to get me something while we're there. You know, nothing's 100%, but the same with television and film.
Oh, yeah. Even if you get a big show, you might not work again after that.
It goes for one season and that's it. And then you're thinking you're on top of the world and you don't get anything again for 2 years if you're lucky. So look, I guess what we're saying is, as an actor, you're fucked.
Yeah.
We chose this industry.
Why?
But in support of what you said, let's put our best foot forward. And when we feel, tired by it, we have to root each other on. So the episode is called Glamour and Chaos. Where have you had chaos?
My recent wig catastrophe.
Was that when you went to New York?
Yes.
Oh, I got the call for that one.
Oh, yeah. There was some tears there. So I had gotten booked for a television pilot as Marilyn Monroe in New York, and it was a local hire, so I was expected to fly myself there and do my own hair and makeup and styling and costuming and everything. So the production waited till the last minute to give me all my details, so I wasn't sure of the dates and everything. So I only had like a week to plan it all out. And so my wig was looking like a little, I don't know, there were some flyaways, and I just thought, I wanted this to be perfect. It's going to be on camera. So I went to my usual wig stylist, and I said, listen, I know you normally need 10 days, so I understand if just say no if you can't do this in time. We only have 5 days. And she's like, no, I got it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to wash it. I'm going to restyle it, everything. So my plane was like set to leave on a Saturday, and I was supposed to have the wig like Thursday or something. Thursday came and went, didn't hear from her. I'm calling. I call her again on Friday morning. Oh yeah, we'll have it come in 2 hours. We'll have it for you. I'm like, my plane is leaving in less than 24 hours. They clearly had not done it yet. So I go there, and I guess the person that they were planning to do it, who specialized in that era of hair and styling, they couldn't get them in time. So she did it herself, and she specializes in 80s drag.
Oh, no.
So it looked like, I don't even know what it looked like. I was like, I can't wear this.
It was big.
It was big. It was frizzed out. Like Marilyn's supposed to be like, oh, sleek and just perfect and everything. I was like,
Yeah. They give it volume, so it just up close you can see
yeah, but
it.
they tease the shit out of it, and they make it so big. Anyways, I got it home and I tried it on. I was like, what? And then they styled it like this, like, like, oh no.
You sent me the photo, and then you're getting on the plane. So I'm at a casino rehearsing a big event as Johnny Carson, I think, and I was on break. I'm like, I got to take this call, and I think I was with Susie, so Susie got it. Was it Susie? Whomever. And she's melting down.
Because I'm packing and like.
I said, it's going to be fine. You can work with it there. You know, it's, or they will work with it some. But so then you got there.
I got to New York and I was calling every wig maker ever, every Marilyn I knew. Where do you get your wigs done? Because I just couldn't. It was also like a helmet. So like stiff hairspray.
Yeah.
So finally I found a wig stylist on the Upper East Side who does not specialize in stage. They were just for women who maybe had cancer.
Okay.
So I brought my wig. I explained what I want. She was so nervous. I sat with her while she was doing it, and she did a beautiful job. It wasn't perfectly 1950s, 60s style, but it was at least kind of blown out and pretty, and it worked. So,
I remember it looked good.
yeah, it looked good. But that's was
chaos.
A nightmare.
I would say for me, costumes. Now, when you do a drag, any costume, you know, we're pinned, we're hooked, but when you're doing drag, you've got additional pieces in you, on you, around you. And sometimes they fall, they shift, you know, they hang. And so I remember doing an MC at a big event, on a big stage, and the whole back of the costume I felt it come undone.
Oh no.
And so I knew that I can't turn around because there's going to be Kevin. So you just sort of like hold on to it, you know, but I couldn't leave stage either.
How long did you have to hold on to it for?
I would say 15 minutes. Or more. And I would just shift how I would hold on to it. So it didn't look so obvious. But Joan never had two hands out.
Oh my God.
Only the one. Because there's nobody there. There's nobody there to help us.
You couldn't go off stage and fix it and come back? You were emceeing.
I was in it.
Yeah.
I was in it, and there was no way to where I would have. I probably could have used it and be like, you know what, a few things have just come undone. I got to see you in a minute. It's corporate. It was their program. I couldn't. And I think things were going wrong, and I was not going to add to that. But like you said, we don't have a fluffer. We don't have an assistant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for me, like a few of my dresses are custom made, and they have hooks, and they're very tight, and they're snaps, and all very complicated. So I don't have anyone helping me. So you can't do that from the back. You can't see a million hooks. So like I have to put it on in backwards and hook it and get it all, and then move it. And it's really tight already.
So
and if
it could bust.
It could bust. It does bust. The snaps always bust.
Yeah.
And if it's hot and you're sweating and you're trying to spin it, and it's like...
Yeah. So I guess, look, if we had a bunch of money, we could have a costumer come in and maybe Velcro things for us. It'd be easier. We talk about making life easier, but that's extra money, and it's a lot of extra money to do those. You spend good money on wigs and costumes and stuff. I tend to do my own stuff, but I'm spending more as well because you have to show up looking that good. But then maintaining it is hard. So I don't know. Maybe we don't have the answer. Hey, thanks for being here today on The Wig Room. Join us next week.
For a very special guest.
That's right. Who do we have coming?
It's a mystery.
Ooh.
We don't even know yet.
We don't. See you next time on The Wig Room.